All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with a very enthralling game. I believe both of these teams, with LA's MBL and the DMV's MSL, are both 2-0. They are looking to get their names back into the top of these standings with an ability. If you, at the top seeds, a reminder, at the top seeds actually select their opponents in the first round of the playoffs. It's one of our favorite little, features of this tournament. We love having teams choose their opponents, and if they lose, there's nothing they can say. You picked this, right? And we've had that happen a lot. And I mentioned that specifically because last year, Irving's IMBA picked SoCal's MBL and lost to them in the first round of the playoffs. That was one of the great upsets, to pick a team in the first round and then lose to them. All right, here we go. Number 10 for the tip-off, Ahmed Khalaf. On the ball right now is David Howard. Sorry, this is my first SoCal commentating game for SoCal, so give me a second to get the names. But one name I do know is Ammar Rahman, the star man for SoCal with a beautiful form. Missed it. Rebound TT. Right now, if we had a defensive player of the tournament award, it would absolutely be TT Felder. TT at the edge of the, he's just not going to take those shots, but he's going to make those passes. And Fami with a brilliant cut and finish. TT, I constantly say, Andre Iguodala. This is a guy who just flat out makes the plays as you need them. David Howard into the paint. Ahmed Khalaf into the paint. Beautiful little layup. A real high flyer so far this tournament. He's had some hellacious dunks. Sanar around the screen, shoots the pull-up three. Yes, sir! Absolutely spectacular pull-up from Sanar, who has been on fire so far this tournament. Can somebody in the chat confirm that you guys can hear me? Here comes David Howard. David Howard into the paint. Fakes a pull-up mid-range, kicks it out to Abdul Hamid. Pump fakes, guarded by TT. One of the hardest matchups in this tournament. Ahmed Khalaf on the perimeter against Ahmed Raouf. TT, look at this brilliant defense. Look at this, switching 1 and 2. Ahmed Khalaf, brilliant defending. Rebound SoCal. David Howard into the paint. Mid-range pull-up. Yes, sir! How smooth is that? Early on in this game, you are seeing all the qualities of both of these teams. Look at TT in his passing. Yunus Mahmoud with a brilliant take. Great pass from TT, and he'll be going to the line for 2. Yunus Mahmoud at the free throw line. Misses his first. This is a relatively new addition to the MSL team, a much changed MSL team from the one that we saw for the first 2 years of this tournament. And he misses both. Wow. Shocking for such a great shooter. He misses the both free throws. And here comes David Howard trying to organize his squad. Plays it to Ahmed Khalaf. Ahmed Khalaf to Abdul Hamid. Abdul Hamid at the top of the key against TT. Again, a very tough matchup. Probably not a guy you want to go at consistently, but he puts him on the ground, and he misses the layup. Oof. Here comes Yunus Mahmoud, and he is fouled in transition by Ahmed Khalaf. Listen, I'm not a basketball expert. I'm not a savant, but I do have 2 eyes, and those 2 eyes tell me stop targeting TT Felder. This is not the matchup that you want to go at. There are guys on this MSL team that provide favorable matchups, specifically Sanar on the defensive end. Mid-range pull by Sanar, and he makes it. Everything. Despite his size, despite his potential defensive weaknesses, right? He is absolutely spectacular on the offensive end, and he more than compensates for any lack. Here we go, Sanar one-on-one with Cyan Sweat. Missed the mid-range, and here comes Fami. Fami into the paint. Fami kicks it out. Yunus Mahmoud. Yunus loses it. Here comes Cyan. Cyan with the little spin move in transition, kicks it out to Ammar. Pure! Nothing but net. What a just watch the form from Ammar Rahman. He is one of the spectacular shooters in this tournament. Every shot, gooseneck, baby. Here comes Titi. Titi trying to organize. Back cut into Sana. Oh, my goodness. I mean, that's mastery. That's art. This is right now, in the third game, this is the MVP. This is the tournament MVP. I understand there are a lot of other guys averaging a lot more points, but this guy and what he is able to do on the defensive end with his passing, with his rebounding and his orchestration, there's nobody better than him. Sion Sweat kicks it out for a three. Missed it. Rebound, David Howard, and the putback. Beautiful little, good effort right there. Bad defensive work and boxing out from MSL to lose their man. Here comes Yunus. Yunus to Fahmy. Fahmy to Titi. Titi to Fahmy. Good defensive work right there by Ali Anka. Ali. Fahmy into the paint. And he's found one! These dudes are going at it. Possession by possession. You are watching beautiful basketball at play. And here comes Titi gathering the troops, giving them the words. Hey, we are in this game. We are doing what we need to do. But we got to be able to put a stop to these boys from LA. Back into the game is Ahmed Khalaf, the high flyer. Every time this man touches the ball, I am expecting fireworks. And you know what? He has lived up to every expectation. Beautiful free throw to complete the three-point play by Fahmy. And it is a 12-9 game right here. Ammar into the paint. Ammar turn around mid-range. Oh my God! Oh my God! It's obscene. It's rated R. I can't. It's hard to describe how beautiful his shot is. Fahmy to Titi. Titi to Fahmy. One dribble pull-up. Missed it. Rebound by Ammar. He's doing everything for his team right now. Here comes David Howard, pushing the pace. He's got options to Sion Sweat. Sion Sweat, one-on-one with Titi. Gets in the paint. Ooh, nice little dump off to Ali. Ali kicks it out. Ahmed Khalaf, mid-range jumper. Pure. SoCal are one of the favorites in this tournament. There is no doubt about it. One of these teams is going to be 3-0. Beautiful pass from Titi to all the way to Ahmed Raouf. Missed it. Rebound Ammar. Spectacular. Another rebound. Another mid-range jumper. Another three by Ammar. He's doing everything for his team. Kicks it out to Ali. Ali to David Howard. David Howard to Ammar. Here we go. There's the man. Back to Ammar. Stolen by Yunus. Beautiful defensive work to kind of use his leverage and get that steal. Ali Raouf. Yunus Mahmoud with the three. Missed it. Rebound. Ali Khalaf. Or Ahmed Khalaf, my apologies. Ahmed Khalaf into the paint. Jump step, layup, missed it, gets his own rebound, swipe down, and it is MSL ball. Great work right there by Ahmed Raouf to kind of to swipe down on that ball and get the possession. What happened? I understand.
You see who just came in?
No. Tell me. Oh, I see. Fahmy on the ball. Fahmy in the paint, kicks it out. Titi orchestrating at the top of the key. Titi in the paint. He's got a size mismatch. He's getting in there. He kicks it out to Ali Muhammad. Hamza Ali Muhammad. Oh, what a three. Did that bank off the glass? I don't know. There was something about that shot looked off, but you know what didn't? The end result. That's 3 points for MSL right there. 2-point MSL lead. Farah has come into the game, the young point guard, the young guard playing JUCO at Montgomery College. He has been an absolute spectacular addition to this tournament over the past 2 years, from his bench role last year to a much more prominent role this year. He's coming off the bench today, but in earlier games he was a starter and a real fixture in this MSL team. Sion Sweat, currently playing in the NIA at West Cliff University. Going around the screen, kicks it out to Ali. Ali Anka to Ammar, the man of the hour. Too sweet to be sour. Mid-range, kicks it out. Ahmed Khalaf. Ahmed steps out on the baseline. It is MSL ball right now. The nerves are ratcheting. The stakes are higher right now than they've ever been before in this tournament right now. Farah on the ball. Titi's orchestrating. He's telling him when and where he wants the ball. Little flash screen. Farah orchestrating at top of the key. Loses his dribble a little bit. Good defense by SoCal. Into the paint, floater, missed it. Great rebound, great work, defensive work and rebound right there by Ricky Estrella, number 4. Ooh, beautiful pass across the court. Ahmed Khalaf into the paint, layup, beautiful little step through. Excellent use of his 3 steps, or his 2 steps, my apologies, with the little pick up dribble and the little step through to get the reverse layup. Here comes Titi against Cyan. Again, I think SoCal have read the scouting report. Titi is somewhat passive with his scoring, and they're guarding him with their smallest guy. Abdurrahim Ahmed missed it. Rebound SoCal again. Ahmed Khalaf just eating up these boards with his athleticism and his verticality. Cyan Sweat. Cyan against Farah. They're putting a little bit of sides on the diminutive point guard. Cyan kicks it out. Ta'ali. Beautiful little entry pass into the paint. Ricky missed it. Titi. I think that was blocked by Fami. Titi across the court to Farah. Farah in space. Farah in speed. Kicks it out to Hamza. Ali. Muhammad for 3! 2, my apologies. My apologies. No, sorry. It was 3. It was a 3, and it was his second of the game, and it is a timeout. SoCal. We'll be back after word from our sponsors. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. SoCal with the ball. Cyan Sweat is the 3-point MSL lead. MSL hailing from the DMV, MBL hailing from Los Angeles or Southern California. Ali kicks it out. Beautiful little pass to Ricky Estrella, whose ball is stolen. His pass is stolen again or deflected again by Titi. Here comes Cyan. Cyan to Ahmed Khalaf for 3. Missed the air ball. That's not his game right there. At least the game I've seen so far. I've watched about 1.5 games of these LA boys. Ahmed Khalaf has struck in me as much more of a verticality threat. Here comes Titi. Once again, his defensive instincts, the deflection on that possession, just setting the tone, just such a disruptive player. Beautiful kick out right here to Abdurrahman Ahmed. Missed it. Big rebound here by MSL. And 1! Big rebound by the youngster Farah Abdullah. Gets the offensive rebound, goes back up, is fouled, hits the face, doesn't matter, makes the shot, and is going to the free throw line for a 3-point play. Okay, my apologies, guys. If again, some of these guys switch jerseys. On the list, I have Nabi Diaw as number 5, and here he's wearing number 10 apparently. My apologies, I'll fix that right now. Offensive rebound off the missed free throw for MSL. Here comes Sanar. Sanar to Farah. Farah into the paint. What a burst of speed. And 1 again! And 1 again! He said, you know what? I missed a free throw. I need another shot at this. I need another shot at this. Now, again, to try to make it a 3-point play. Farah, oh my goodness. My goodness, the speed and the athleticism and that first step. I mean, he's already at the rim with that first step. Farah Abdullah with the made free throw, and now it is a 8-point lead for MSL. Their defense is really shining here. Farah's athleticism off the bench is really making a difference. You got to question, why was he not a starter? Steal by MSL. Here comes Yunus Mahmoud. Yunus with the layup. Makes it. The defense is a star right now. This MSL team has been a relentless physical entity. this entire tournament. They have brought an intensity and a defensive stability that have led them to a 2-0 record. Cyan Sweat with a beautiful hesitation mid-range pull-up. Sanar on the perimeter. Yunus Mahmoud, you can't leave him open. What a pass to Hamza Ali Muhammad. Excellent pass by Yunus Mahmoud. And Hamza Ali Muhammad gets his, I believe, 8th point of the game off the bench. 2 threes and that beautiful little layup after a great pass by Yunus Mahmoud. Cyan Sweat around the screen. David Howard to Abdul Hamid. Ammar is fouled. They need to get right now what LA needs more than anything is to slow the game down. This fast pace is much in MSL's favor. They need to get the ball in Ammar's hands, tone the game down with his shooting, with his ability to play make. That is where LA will find some success. Abdul Hamid, my apologies. Ammar. Look, I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Slow and steady wins the race right here. He's just at his own pace. Luka Doncic-esque. You just cannot you can't speed him up. You can't slow him down. It's his game, and he's going to play the pace. Timeout, MSL. We will be back after a word from our sponsors. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with an 8-point MSL lead. Just out of the break, we had just before the break, we had a beautiful little layup by Ammar Rahman. Here comes Ahmed Raouf, the Sanar around the screen, splits the double, mid-range. Oh my goodness! I mean, it is just dribbling point guard mastery by Sanar Shamdin. The former Iraqi national team point guard, played 4 years Division II at Alderson Broaddus University. What a rebound by Farah. Once again, going up in the trees, getting whatever he wants. Abdurrahman Ahmed. Ali Raouf to Sanar. Sanar faked the deep three and now he's in the paint. Ali Raouf with the deep three. Yes, sir! Ali Raouf, former D3 player at Bard University in New York, or Bard College in New York. What a take by Ali Anker. His first points of the game, a brilliant take to kind of withstand the physicality and get in there. Abdurrahman Ahmed responds, and right now, SoCal's defense is just failing at multiple levels. Ooh, foul right there by Farah in transition. SoCal has got to slow this game down. My apologies for the previous mistaken name. It was incorrectly written on my sheet. But it is Nabi Diaw who's coming into the game at number 10, the high-flying Nabi Diaw. Beautiful pass by Ammar, cut. And Nabi gets the rebound and the putback. What an unbelievable feat of athleticism right there to catch the ball in the air, coming off the crash, trying to crash the box, crash the boards, gets the ball, and gets the putback layup. Nabi guarding Sanar. This is a great matchup right here. And it is an offensive foul called for a moving screen against Yunus Mahmoud. This is the kind of defensive intensity that it's Nabi Diaw's defensive intensity that forces the moving screen right there and forces the turnover. Ammar. Mid-range, it's the three. Rebound Yunus, and it's a fast break. Abdurrahman Ahmed. No! He put it in the glass! But Sanar is there clear. Oh my goodness, Nabi Diaw. I promise you there's about 8 people around me that all stood up when that happened. Nabi, mid-range pull-up. Missed it. Rebound Jonas. Jonas with the spin and transition. Abdurrahman Ahmed for 3. Yes, sir! These MSL boys are flat out relentless, and it is SoCal timeout. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. SoCal with the ball. David Howard at the top of the key. 15 seconds left on the clock right now. And remember that the clock does not stop in the first half. Nabi Diaw on the ball. Guarded by Sanab. He's fouled. But again, the clock does not stop. The clock does not stop. The game half is about to be over. No. Oh! That counted! That counted! They narrowly escaped the shot clock, the game clock. Oh my goodness, what a 3 by SoCal. Who was that? Was it David Howard? It was David Howard with an unbelievable shot at the last dying seconds of the half. Turn around off the board, banks it in, and all of a sudden, it's only a 13-point deficit for SoCal. It's definitely not without reach, not with the kind of players that they have, but MSL have done a spectacular job of holding them down defensively and getting the game open in transition. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors for the second half. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. TT on the ball, guarded by David Howard. Stolen by SoCal. And it will be SoCal ball. Brilliant little move right there. Brilliant pickpocket right there by Ricky Estrella, number 4. Here comes David Howard. David Howard at the top of the key. Yeah. Fresh off of making that spectacular three-pointer to end the half. Ammar Rahman to David. David around the screen against Sanab. To Nabi Diaw. All three of their key guys get touching the ball. Whoa! What a shot by David Howard. And here we go, baby. Here we go. Right now, here's SoCal's little move. It's only a 10-point game, and they get another defensive stop. Here we go. David Howard. Out to Ammar. Ammar into the paint. Kicks it out for Sayan. Sayan with the mid-range. Yes, sir! Here comes SoCal. Apologies for the clock. We're going to get it fixed. It's early in the second half. TT on the ball. Here comes SoCal. TT into the paint. Another steal by SoCal. Wait, Ahmed Rauf keeps the ball. Ammar with a nice little steal. Ammar in the fast break to Sayan. Sayan to Ammar. Layup. Yes, sir! SoCal have come out red hot. I believe it's a 6-point lead now. I believe that is a 7-0 run. TT in the mid-range. Kicks it out to Farah. Farah for a three. Hits the side of the backboard. MSL are discombobulated. Here comes SoCal. David Howard into the paint. Kicks it out. Stolen by Farah. Kept alive by Sayan. Sayan into the mid-range. To Ammar. Keeps it alive somehow. Ammar guarded by Farah, and it's a timeout, SoCal. Wow. Really smart decision right there. Smart decision by LA to take a timeout. It is a 6-point game. SoCal are on a 7-0 run. Spectacular start to start the second half. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors. We are back. Hey, with the camera, move it so that we can see the corner guy. Here comes Sayan. Sayan to Ammar. Ammar into the paint. Kicks it out to Ricky Estrella. Into the paint, mid-range jumper, and he's fouled. He is going to the free throw line. SoCal are right now in the midst of an 11-0 run. Let me say that again. SoCal are in the midst of an 11-0 run. Ricky Estrella to the free throw line to make it a potentially 13-0 run. We said that this game was a game between two of the tournament's biggest competitors, two of the teams that we really do think have a chance of winning this tournament. And so far, these minutes have shown nothing but that the fact that is the case. Rick Estrella with the second free throw, and he makes both. It is a 4-point game. Down, let me again, about 5 to 6 minutes ago, MSL was up 16, and now it's a 4-point game. Charge! Charge against Ahmed Rauf! MSL are all over the place right now. SoCal are making play after play after play. Timeout MSL, they are reeling. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It is a 14-0 run. LA has the ball. Ammar Rahman, top of the key with the three, missed it. Fahmy with the rebound. Fahmy, who had been on an extended bench stay, plays it out to Yunus. Yunus with the layup, and he gets it to stop the bleeding. 14-2 run after the first bucket in a long time for MSL right there. In transition, Fahmy to Yunus Mahmoud. David Howard, Sayan on the ball. Sayan around the screen from Nabi. Sayan, one-on-one with Sanar. Two of the best point guards in this competition. Sayan with a mid-range jumper. Yes, sir! Pure and nothing but net. Once again, that is the current NAIA player at Westcliff University. Here comes Fahmy. Fahmy at the top of the key. To TT. TT find him with the cut. Hamza Ali Muhammad with the three. Missed it. His first miss of the game. Nabi Diao on the court, with the ball running up the court. Goes around Titi. Titi in the paint. Blocked. And it'll stay SoCal ball. Nabi Diao to inbound, guarded by Titi. Inbounds it to David Howard. Ammar. Ammar around the screen with the deep three. Mid-air ball. And it'll be MSL ball right here. Whew. This is a very, very tightly contested game. Here comes Sanar. They need his scoring right now. They absolutely need to get out of this rut. Saman with the crossover, gets in the paint, blocked by Ricky Estrella. Yunus Mahmoud blocked by Ali. Oh, what a defensive stand by SoCal. Here comes David Howard. David Howard in transition. One-on-one with Fahmy. To Ammar. Ammar in the mid-range. Missed it. Catch was a little contested by Hamza Ali Muhammad. Sanar. Ooh, in between the legs. Okay, to Titi. Titi looking for the cut. Gets Sanar. Sanar with the layup. And that is that right there is the play that summarizes MSL the best. Titi on the top of the key. Cutters in behind. He will find them and they will make the shots. Ammar in the paint. To Nabi. Ooh. Ooh, what a jump stop. Gets Yunus Mahmoud completely out the way. Makes the layup. Here comes Titi. Titi against Ali. Titi in the paint. Kicks it out. Sanar wide open three with a deep. Missed it. Rebound. David Howard taps it to himself. Brilliant rebound right there. Cross court to Ricky Estrella, who tries an extra pass. Gets a little too fancy, loses the ball. Here comes Sanar. Sanar to Fahmy. Fahmy in the paint. Into Titi. Titi with the layup. Yes, sir. Beautiful ball movement right there by MSL to extend the lead to 6. This is such a brilliant game. Just fast-paced, end-to-end. Cannot be. Neither of these teams can get a stop, or when they do, neither of these teams can get a score. Steal by Fahmy. Titi to Fahmy. Fahmy in the transition. Fahmy tries to. Oh, that's unnecessary. Too fancy. Too fancy. Here comes Nabi Diao around the paint. Fouled by Sanar. Takes his second foul. Fahmy didn't have to do that. This is not a game that you trifle with. This is not a game against a team that you can mess with. Just lay the ball up. There's no reason to go fancy. Farah coming in for Hamza Ali Muhammad. Farah Abdullah, who's been an absolute defensive stud in this game. Ooh, Abdul Hamid, what a beautiful drive into the paint in a lovely contested reverse layup. It's a 4-point game, ladies and gentlemen. Some absolutely spectacular basketball. Sanar into the paint. Contested, oh, what a layup. What a layup. Just so much high-level basketball on display here. A lot of former pros, a lot of former college players that are playing. Some current college players. Really fun game to watch right now. Here comes Sion. Sion Sweat. Top of the key. Plays it into Abdurrahim. Dahamid kicks it out for 3. Missed it. Rebound Farah. Almost lost it. Titi with the ball. And he's not losing it. He's slowing it down. Slow it down. Let's get it methodical. Titi in the half court. Goes out Abdurhamid. Kicks it out for 3. Yunus Mahmoud to Sanar. Sanar with a wide open shot. Yes, sir! You cannot give him too many of these. Sanar Shamdeen has been absolutely spectacular. Lights out this entire tournament. Here comes Nabi Diao. Nabi Diao, run the screen. Tries to play it to Abdul Hamid, and it's just an errant pass right here. David Howard coming into the game for Abdul Hamid. $13:38 left to go. Or my apologies, 8:25 left to go. 9-point MSL lead. Titi orchestrating the game as he always does. Top of the key against David Howard. David Howard trying to get a little handsy. Nice little competition going on between those two. And you know those. Oh, Titi slips. David Howard gets in the paint. And it's called a foul against David Howard as he tried to charge down into the and get a hand on the ball and tie it up. Why are we stopping the clock? Referee has issued a clock stoppage for a wet floor. Don't want anybody to get hurt from a wet spot. You know you're not recording, right? You're not recording, you know that. Oh, okay. Amar Rahman is back in this game, subbing in for Ali Anker. Fahmy plays it into Titi, brings it in back in the court. Here we go. Fahmy gets it back from Titi. Another expert pass. Fahmy's fouled. He's going to the free throw line. And right now, as has been the case in every MSL game throughout this tournament, Titi is just flat out orchestrating everything that is happening out there. The game is, I can't say anything but this. The game is played in the image of Tariq Felder. That's all I can. This is a man who, whatever he decides the game should look like, is whatever the game ends up looking like. You know? Fahmy makes the first free throw. Makes the second. Yo, camera. What's his name? Make sure you're catching the corners, okay? Go further. Turnover, wow. A very quick turnover by SoCal, and MSL gets the ball, and this is when this is where the game kind of starts slipping away, you know, where you try to speed up the game to compensate for being down against MSL. Beautiful defensive play right there by Ricky Estrella. Ammar Rahman with a contested three, missed it. David Howard the rebound, kicks it out, or takes it out of the paint. Ricky. Nabi Diaw, 1-on-1 with Yunus. Step back pull up, missed it. Rebound Sanar. Yeah, this is. Both these teams are playing an excellent game. But right now, MSL has just dominated the margins just slightly. Sanar with a brilliant pass to Titi. Ooh, Yunus recovers it. That should have been a steal. Yunus recovers it, he hits a three. Missed it, oh my goodness. The bank was not open that time. Here's Sion Sweat. We've seen a lot of great mid-range jumpers from him. We need a little bit more. Here comes Sion into the paint, kicks it out. Nabi Diaw for three. Missed it. Sanar. He's been ice cold from three, Nabi Diaw. Fahmy. Almost loses it to Titi. Titi back to Fahmy, and Fahmy with the layup. I can't emphasize enough. This is Draymond Green. This is Andre Iguodala. This is just a guy who's doing whatever it takes, whatever the game requires of him. Whatever the game asks is what you're going to get from Titi. Sion Sweat into the paint, and he's fouled. And he's fouled, it seems. 5 minutes remaining in the game. SoCal to inbound. Ricky to Ammar. Ammar with a quick release three. Missed it. Rebound Ali. Kicks it out to Sion. Sion for a wide open three. Yes, sir! Here we go, baby. Here we go. What did I just say? We needed more from Sion, and he's already begun to deliver. It's a 10-point game. 5 minutes remaining. Everything is still to play for, but SoCal is going to have to be near perfect right now. Here comes Sion to pressure Sanar on the dribble. Sanar evades Titi. Plays it to Titi. A little bit of a botched handoff right there. Fahmy on the ball. The top three players for MSL at the top of the key. Fahmy driving into the paint. Behind the back. Gets in the paint and is fouled. He's going to the free throw line. He has just been a man possessed all tournament long. His ability, I honestly think, this is my third year watching him, I think this is probably his best tournament in terms of the ease at which he's getting into the paint. His handle is tight. You know, his first step is explosive. And when he's getting in there, he's being crafty. That little behind-the-back effort right there to create some space and force the SoCal defenders to collapse on him and therefore getting him a foul. He missed the first, I believe, missed the first free throw. They're saying this is his first free throw. Fahmy Mamu makes it. No, he did miss his first one. This makes his second. He goes 1 out of 2, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Here comes David Howard. Like I said, they got to be perfect right now. Ammar to Nabi. Nabi in the paint. Nabi with the layup. For a second there, for half a second, I was like, dunk watch. Here comes Sanar. Sanar at the top. Sanar bringing up the ball. Under pressure from Sion Sweat. Sanar into the paint, blazes in. Layup is good. This is what a former, ladies and gentlemen, if you've ever wondered what a former pro looks like, it's like that. just a burst of acceleration and speed. That's so hard to defend. And SoCal turns the ball over again. It'll be MSL ball after a botched pass between David Howard and Sion. Here comes Titi. Titi bringing the ball up. Knowing now that the clock is his friend, he's slowing it down. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Here's Sanad. Sanad around the screen. Two men go with him. Fahmy at the top of the key. Guarded by Ammar. Ammar, who we've seen conspicuously less of today. Fahmy into the paint. Kicks it out for Sanad. Sanad back into the paint. Tries to find Titi, and it's an ill-advised pass. Titi's asking for the foul, but the pass was a little bit too far anyway. LA forced a turnover. And here we go. David Howard, 11-point deficit. Can they pull something out of this game? Naby Diaw, my apologies. Naby Diaw in the paint, tried the little floater, missed it. Yunus Mahmoud gets the ball to Fahmy. Fahmy up the court, and this is likely, we're likely about a bucket away from this being game for MSL. Yunus Mahmoud. Yunus against Naby. Step back three. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! What a shot! Put 3 on the board right there for MSL, and that will be game. As a reminder, this is the third group game, and it is really important that the point differential remains very important. A technical foul is assessed against. I'm not entirely sure. Wow, a double technical in the dying moments of the game. First time in the history of this tournament, Naby Diaw has been ejected from the game. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's unfortunate. We don't like seeing that. But from a purely basketball perspective as well, this is really hurtful for his team, because now I believe MSL will do 4 free throws for a double technical. MSL will do 4 free throws, and as I was just getting ready to say, this is the third game of the group. The point differential matters here. The point differential really matters, and I of course, listen. Everybody makes the playoffs in this tournament, and LA was going to lose this game. They're only 2-1, so it's not a disastrous result. But to kind of separate yourselves between the 2-1 teams, this is kind of somewhere where they needed to be. This the point differential is something that they had to care about, and now MSL is just racking up the score with these free throws. Farah Abdullah goes 4 for 4. 4 consecutive free throws. As a reminder, the clock stops on stoppages in the last 2 minutes and also on made baskets in the last 30 seconds. Here comes Farah Abdullah, guarded by Sion. Right now, only point differential is to play for. And stats, Farah Abdullah, step back 3, yes sir! Hey man, talking about rubbing salt in the wounds, my apologies. I mean, the score it's a 21-point lead, but I promise you, as Ammar makes a beautiful running layup, as somebody who's watched this game, this did not feel like a 21-point game at all. This felt like a game between two very good teams. Farah Abdullah with the mid-range. Oh! And one by Farah Abdullah. Hey, you know what that shot was? You know what that shot was? That shot was Farah Abdullah looking at his coaches saying, hey, how can I be on the bench? How can I not be a starter? If anything, I'm one of the first teams on the name sheet. Yeah, he was. Farah Abdullah was here last year. Farah Abdullah was coming off the bench in a bit part role last year. But this year, after some absences, Farah Abdullah is shining. The current JUCO player at Montgomery College is showing out, ladies and gentlemen. David Howard into the paint. Layup. Yes, sir. Great athleticism right there by David Howard. Farah to Hamza Ali Muhammad. Stolen by Ricky. Beautiful little steal by Ricky Estrella. Brilliant play right there. Ammar in the corner 3. Missed it, air ball. He's just been off in this game, but we don't imagine that'll be happening very much And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the game. A 19-point win for MSL. Yet another absolutely spectacular, dominant performance by MSL. They will be 3-0, I believe, joining Charlotte as the only other 3-0 team. Unless I'm mistaken, there's somebody else. I believe it is Charlotte is the only other 3-0 team alongside MSL. This will not be the end of the journey for either of these teams. These are two very, very good teams, and there is every chance that they meet in the playoffs. We will be back with our next stream. Thank you guys for watching. This was a brilliant game. A lot of great basketball was played. We will be back for our next game.